So then your parents, they separated like when you were like 4?
Yeah, I was about 4 years old.
And were you still like separating your time in between each of them, or you
My dad,
predominantly?
yeah. So my mom, she's a very independent person. Didn't want to take anything from my dad. So she raised us in a one-bedroom apartment. The three older siblings had the bedroom, and me and my mom slept in the living room on a sofa bed. My dad was there for us all the time. He always on the weekends pick us up, take us out, take us shopping. So we never went without. My mom just never. My mom was just very, I would say, prideful and didn't want nothing from my dad. So she taught us. That's where I got my independence from. Learning from her, and yeah.
I like that what you said there. You said that, you guys never went without, even though they were separated, you still spent a lot of time with both sides. That's great to hear.
Yeah, it was up until even in the teenage years, it was like he would come get us, and then it was like, all right, take us back home after an hour. We didn't want to be around him, but we still went and hung out with him, and then he came back into my life to live with us when I believe I was 13 years old already, and my parents came back. They got back together.
Oh, wow. So they got back together. Like, you don't always see that happen. So what was that like for you? Because you could barely remember pretty much them being together. And then now you're seeing them together.
Yeah, it was odd, weird, because my dad didn't really know me as a teenager, even though he came every weekend to spend weekend with us, but he didn't know what I was doing when he wasn't around.
He only
So
knew the surface level of his daughter.
yeah, exactly. So to know that we were out in the streets at such a young age, all hours of the night, even though my mom knew where we were at, I couldn't hang around. I couldn't be out by myself only if my brother was out, which is the third oldest. So that was the only way I was able to go out and be in the streets that late because my brother was there. So I grew up very like tomboyish, girly tomboyish, but I grew up a lot with all the guys. But when my dad started meeting our friends and we introduced them, he, didn't like them. We
Mhm.
shouldn't be hanging around these kind of people and blah, blah, blah. He just, already singled them out, didn't give them an opportunity and a chance to really meet them.
Would you say that he was very strict growing up?
He tried to be, but it was too late. We were already running our own show. I don't remember as a toddler or young little girl. But in our teenage years, he tried to be, and it just wasn't working.
Mhm.